We're back at Webster Ice Arena for tonight's game between the Penfield Patriots and the Fairport Red Raiders in your Ralph Honda High School Hockey Game of the Week, only on My 18 Sports. Good evening, I'm Matt Winthrop, joined alongside by Matt Stathopoulos. This is the first of two meetings between the two rivals, and it's a divisional matchup. Penfield is just one spot above Fairport in the standings, and Matt, we can always expect a good game between these two, but with the teams being that close in the divisional standings, it adds a lot more pressure to the two.
That's right, Winthrop. Penfield and Fairport, both two teams who are always near the top historically in Section 5, so that sets the tone for the kind of game it's going to be tonight. You also mentioned how close they are in the standings, with Fairport being right behind them. Both teams have their top guns, their players that they rely on, and they're going to need them more than ever for this one here tonight.
Well, we should be in for a good one. We're going to have the coaches' interviews coming up after this. This is your Ralph Honda High School Hockey Game of the Week, only on My 18 Sports.
Starting for the Patriots, forwards, number 11, Connor Stewie, number 16, Marco Viola, and number 22, Jake Fox. On defense, number 3, Bobby Flaherty, number 9, Mike Nikosha, and number 31, Brennan Lee in goal. Starting for the Red Raiders, forwards, number 4, Tyler Nicely, number 7, Nick Jambroni, and number 25, Jonathan Newcomb. On defense, number 11, Connor Diem, number 16, Reese Burrick, and number 29, Carter Tocelli in goal.
I'm joined now by Penfield head coach Nathan Miller. Coach, unfortunate loss for you guys Tuesday against Victor, but what were some things you took away from that game?
I think our fight overall was pretty good. Overall, just coming back, they're a good quality program. They've only given up through that time 9 goals in I believe 9 games. So it was good to 8 goals in 9 games. So good to pop 2 in on them. So we took some positives from it, and hopefully we can build off of that for tonight.
So what can you expect tonight? First of 2 meetings between Penfield and Fairport. What can you expect from the Fairport team?
They're good. Again, top down. They're always a good traditional program. A lot of quality kids within the program and system. So, Chris does a really good job getting their kids prepared. So we'll expect a good, hard-hitting hockey game tonight. It should be a fun one.
I'm curious, senior defenseman Andrew Ebersol, what's it been like to watch him continue to grow and be a leader of this team as a senior?
Yeah, he's been with us for 5 years now, and just to watch his evolution come from, obviously, a big 8th grader at that point. I think he was still 6'2" when he entered our program, up to 6'6" now. He's just a great character kid. He's phenomenal in the school, in the classroom, and he brings it to the ice rink every day. So just great to watch him and see him evolve, and again, couldn't be happier for the season and the way he started this year for us.
All right, thank you, Coach. Best of luck tonight.
Appreciate it. Thanks so much.
Joining me now is head coach of the Fairport Red Raiders, Chris Moretter. Coach, off to a pretty decent start for your team this year, so what's been the key to your team's success so far?
Well, I think we have a good mixture of veterans and new kids that have kind of bought into the system. The veterans have brought the leadership that we've been asking for, and I think they're leading by example on and off the ice, and our young kids have been following suit, and I think it's just been a good match so far.
Now, it's the first of 2 meetings between Fairport and Penfield this season, so what can we expect in a game between Penfield and Fairport?
Well, Penfield's a great team. They're well coached. They have a lot of good quality kids on that team, starting with number 12, Ebersol. We certainly have to shut him down, there's no doubt about it. But they also have some skilled forwards up front that we got to watch out for. So tonight, for us to have success against them, it really has to be a team win, a team effort from our goaltender on up. And they're always great games, and I would expect nothing less tonight.
And Penfield is normally a fairly deep team this year, so how important is it to just get off to that quick start and kind of get them on their heels?
We've been preaching all year long. It's important for us to get that first goal, especially with our young kids. To get that first goal, that instills confidence in them, instills confidence in our team. And, we play with a different mentality when we're up. So that's certainly going to be one of the keys tonight. It's going to be difficult, no doubt. But if we're fortunate enough to have that happen, I think we'd be able to ride the momentum and have a great game.
All right, thank you, Coach. Best of luck tonight.
All right, thank you. Appreciate it.
The Ralph Honda High School Hockey Game of the Week will return after these messages. High School Hockey on My 18 is brought to you in part by Ralph Honda Done Right, Lattimore Physical Therapy, and Rick's Prime Rib.
Welcome back to Ralph Honda High School Hockey Game of the Week, only on My 18 Sports and on Rock Sports Network. At Webster Ice Arenas, we're just about ready to start in a matchup between the Fairport Red Raiders, a visiting team, and your home team, the Penfield Patriots. First of two meetings between these two teams this year. Last year, Penfield swept the season series. However, ultimately, Fairport did make it farther by making it to the Class A championship game, ultimately losing to Pittsford. Play in the Penfield zone at the time. It goes over to Tyler Nice with his senior. A pass out in front, and they try and jam that one home. That's Newcomb. Pass back to the point. A wrist shot at the point, directed wide. It might have been blocked in front by Bobby Flaherty. And here is Flaherty with the puck. Newcomb on the back check. The Patriots will chip it in, and then it'll go right to the goaltender, Carter Ticelli, the freshman, will hold.
We'd like to thank our first period sponsor here on the Ralph Honda High School Hockey Game of the Week. That's Lattimore Physical Therapy. They enjoy the work they do and bring a positive attitude to their patients' therapy experience. They want their patients' therapy to be something they look forward to each and every session. If patients tell their friends and family about their success at Lattimore, they know they've done their job. That's LattimorePT.com.
On the year, these two teams are fairly close in the divisional standings, as currently Penfield is at 7-3 overall and a 3-0 record in Division I. Meanwhile, Fairport comes in at 6-4-1 overall and 2-1 in Division I. So a very important divisional game for both of these teams, as Fairport not too far behind the Patriots. Penfield's most recent game Tuesday was a 4-2 loss to Victor, a non-divisional game, and Fairport, however, came away with a 5-2 victory over Rush Henrietta. That puck comes back to the point. Andrew Ebersol, this shot gets blocked right in front of him. Now Jack Schlifke behind the net. Leading scorer for the Patriots. Back to the point, wrist shot. Gets blocked, coming off of the stick of Bradley. Schlifke behind the net, the power forward, trying to get the puck away from the Fairport team, and he does. However, the Red Raiders come away with it. It's Lamandola. And Moosehaven will hold it. He'll flip this one out, and it'll go all the way down. And we will have an icing call on the Red Raiders with just a minute 52 in to this first period.
Yeah, you mentioned the standings, Winthrop, and we talked about it in the opening as well. And another thing to keep in mind is we can't believe it's already pretty much mid-January already. So if you're any team, it's getting down to the nitty-gritty, and you've got to make up as much ground as you can, and there's not a lot of room left for error.
Fairport, this is its 12th game of the season, and Penfield's 11th. And defenseman Burek with speed through the neutral zone. That shot going wide, coming off the stick of Shield. And a big hit. Oh my goodness, Nate Shield sends his man hard to the ice. Good physical play.
19s there, he took out Nick Matson.
And another big hit, physical game so far. Reese Burek knocks then Ryan LaJoy to the ice. That puck kept in at the zone. However, Burek takes it back for the Red Raiders. He'll get it out. And now comes Nick Lapari with the puck. Lapari with a good pass across, and oh, Burek just fanned on another turnaround shot, gets blocked in front. Now it's Flaherty. We'll bank this one off the boards, and it just comes out of the zone where Moosehaven will take away for the Red Raiders. Here's Kyle Moosehaven. Drops it to Newcomb. Newcomb with a lot of time. Quick shot. Pad save made by Brennan Lee. Now it's Ebersol, the 6'6" senior defenseman for the Patriots, I should say. Patriots sweaters kind of look like, I think we said before, almost look like a retro Detroit Red Wings with the red and white.
That's right. Those jerseys the Red Wings wore at the 2009 Winter Classic are almost identical to these ones from Penfield. Obviously, though, the Patriots have the letter P on the front and not D.
I always like Fairport sweaters, too.
Yes. They've kept them consistent over the years, because if you ask me, and I'm sure you would agree, there's really no need to change them.
Right. And a delayed, an offsides call on Penfield. 11:29 remaining in this first period. The faceoff will be in the neutral zone.
I feel like both teams have exchanged some pretty good shifts here, Winthrop. We saw Penfield controlling the puck and generating some opportunities about 3 or 4 minutes ago, and then most recently Fairport had their opportunities. So evenly matched. We're still very, very early into the opening period, so still plenty more to unravel.
Good attempt by Justin Balls. He pretty much won the faceoff to himself and had a chance, but nobody was on the backdoor side for the Red Raiders. And that puck almost intercepted. And eventually the Red Raiders do take it away as Burek will just chip this one into the Penfield zone. That puck is still on the far side, kept in at the point for the time being by the Red Raiders. Now here comes Kyle Leet. Schlifke loses this one. Good defensive play by Burek. And we have a penalty coming up. It looks like an interference call. And I wonder who's going to the box.
Going to be Kyle Leet. Yeah, Kyle Leet going off for the Penfield Patriots. He gets the gate for interference. Yeah, he was given the who, me type of look at the official and
we see
in
that a
direction.
lot.
But on that recent play there, what a great defensive play by Reese Burek. Talk about being aggressive, but he was able to break it up and deny Penfield any opportunity. So fantastic defense.
And that's the guy they're going to have to really focus on, Jack Schlifke. Fairport won the faceoff, but it went all the way out of the zone. And now Burek will start up this power play. Newcomb with a bank pass to Nicely. Now this one comes up to Nick Krug. They'll send it back to Burek. They'll check up. Burek fans on his clear attempt, almost had this one stolen. He takes the puck back, drops it for Ball. His pass across gets intercepted by the Patriots, and now it's Ebersol with a little time and space, and eventually they'll get this one down the ice. A good play by Connor Stewie. Tuchelli will leave it, waiting for his defense to get back, and this is Burek. Now here's Jonathan Newcomb, had a hat trick in Tuesday's win for the Red Raiders. Here come the Red Raiders back to the point. It's Krug. He'll give it over to Ball. Ball with a wrist shot gets blocked. And that one comes right to Nicely. Oh, and getting over in time is Brennan Lee. A bit of a broken play, and Nicely had a good look on net. Red Raiders doing what they can to keep the puck in for the time being. It's Ball with it now. At the point. He'll drop it for Nicely. Along the far side. Quick wrist shot. They score! Nick Krug wrists that one top shelf, a power play goal. Fairport takes a 1-0 lead.
What a shot by Nick Krug. Talk about picking your corner, picking your opening, and fantastic puck work by the Red Raiders. They didn't force anything. They were taking advantage of the space they were given, and props to Nick Krug for having the courage and the confidence to see the spot he was eyeing and then eventually hit it to give his Fairport Red Raiders the 1-0 lead.
And a good play by Tyler Nicely at the point to kind of hold the puck and keep the defenders watching him pass that one across and get the primary assist. So 9:20 left in this first period, and we see our first goal. We kind of expected this to be, it should be a back and forth game between two very solid teams. Now Schlifke's shot gets blocked right in front off the stick of LaMendola. As Schlifke found some time and space to get that shot off, and I believe we have, oh boy, I wonder if we're going to see a penalty here, I think.
Bobby Flaherty's going to go off, I'm pretty sure.
That's a little undisciplined. I think what happened was the puck was played with a high, with a high stick, and Flaherty definitely took some frustration out. I believe he hit the referee with a puck.
I think so, yeah. The referee just had mentioned to the timekeeper's booth it was going to be an unsportsmanlike penalty, so that could mean a lot of different things.
Right,
but
not a good
that would
penalty.
be our best guess with him making contact.
I watched it happen. The referee definitely was none too pleased about Flaherty kind of giving that little extra shot right there, but nonetheless, he'll sit for a minute and a half, and Fairport back on the power play. Score with 5 seconds left on the first opportunity not too long ago.
Talk about an opportunity right here for the Red Raiders. 9:04 remaining in this first period. They've already got the 1-0 lead. Great chance to keep building.
Bobby Bradley sends this one all the way down the ice for the Patriots. And now here's Burek, one of the captains for this Fairport team. The senior defenseman over the far side, it's Krug. He'll send it in deep. Newcomb and Ebersol challenge for the puck. A ball comes away with it. Drops it for Newcomb. Good play by Ebersol to kick it away. And he'll get the puck back. And now it's Ebersol. With some speed, his pass gets blocked. And it's Schlifke. Jack Schlifke goes behind the net, kills some time. A couple Red Raiders collide. This one comes back to Bradley at the point, and the whistle blows. Offsides, maybe?
Reese Burek got to be careful right there as he finished his check there on Bobby Bradley, but it was quite the the late hit.
We're going to take our first break. However, 8:19 left. It's 1-0 Fairport. This is Ralph Ondale High School Hockey Game of the Week on My 18 Sports. One nothing Fairport in your Ralph Ondale High School Hockey Game of the Week on My 18 Sports. A lead over the Penfield Patriots, the home team. Power play goal coming off the stick of Nick Krug, and Fairport still on the power play with 8 minutes left in the first. Now it's Jambron back to the point. Connor Diem fans on his shot attempt, and that just barely went off sides. However, he did prevent Connor Stewie from having a shorthanded breakaway going the other way.
That was nearly catastrophic for Connor Diem. Good quick hands, though, to regain the puck, and obviously he had to take an intentional offside, but in that case, Stewie would have been gone in the other direction, so you take that offside all day.
Absolutely. Chip back in by Jambron. Diem tried to knock this down with his skate, but he cannot keep it onside. Now here's Leet. And a shorthanded chance. Now the Red Raiders with just about 5 seconds left. Leet in on the forecheck, steals the puck. Tried to stuff that one on the front, gets hit by Jambron.
Polar opposite power play opportunities for the Red Raiders. The first one, obviously they scored on it, but they were controlling the puck and moving it well. This second one, they didn't get anything.
And a turnover. Now Rockhill keeps the puck in for the Patriots. This one come over to Moosehaven. He'll chip this one out. This is going all the way down, and we will have an icing call on the Red Raiders with 7:08 left in the first period.
Once again, we'd like to thank our first period sponsor, and that's the wonderful folks at Lattimore Physical Therapy. Their network of clinics currently offer 20 locations in providing access to more than 50 certified physical therapists. They have experience treating most conditions and injuries, and in most cases are able to schedule their patient's first appointment within 1 week. They offer initial consultations within 24 hours for your convenience. That's LattimorePT.com.
Good job getting the puck out of the zone by Jake Mueller, and now it sends Travis nicely up. He'll just chip this one a little further. Now it's Ebersol. 2 Red Raiders in deep on the forecheck. Ebersol manages to get the pass off. Patriots turn this one over, but they get it right back. That's Cody Stewie chipping it in deep. Now Cardona. And LaMendola will get this one up to Travis nicely. As Coach Chris Moretter mentioned to me before the game, they have 3 sets of brothers on the Fairport team, and all of them, last name starts with K. So we joked about how it's a little easier for him to memorize the players and to maybe even write the lineup card. Now it's Leet behind the net. Tried a little give and go with Schlifke, turns it over. So the Red Raiders take it back. Cannot chip this one out of the zone, however. That's going to go right to Chelly, and he will hold with 6:01 remaining in this first period. Score still 1-0.
1-0 indeed for the Fairport Red Raiders. I really like that penalty kill by the Patriots, really denying Fairport any opportunities to get anything set up. I guess now from this point forward, if you're Penfield, you like to see them try and possess the puck a little bit more, move it around and try and generate some opportunities, because they haven't really had a whole lot in this first period.
That pass goes all the way back into the Penfield zone. And a bit of a turnover there as Lee has to be careful. Luckily for his sake, Fairport was not able to pounce on that puck and stuff at home as he was well out of the net. And Lee kind of loses the handle on this one. He has to hustle to get back in his net. Oh, a big hit. But that will be a penalty as Scheel sent his man to the ice, but he will be sitting for a minute and a half.
It's going to be a charge on Nate Scheel. He doesn't like the call. He is going to plead that he was just finishing his check, and I think that may have been what it is, but I can't really speak because I didn't see how many steps he took, and they say that the call for charging is if you aggressively take more than 3 steps
or
to go at a guy.
I don't think he left his feet, but one of the referees was talking to Nathan Miller, the head coach of the Penfield Patriots, to kind of let him know about the call. Oh, there they go. 5:34 left in this first. They put the penalty up there. Minute and a half for Scheel. Penfield gets its first power play. Good clear out of the zone as it takes a lot to get the puck over the head of Andrew Ebersol, but they did. Now it's Jack Schlifke.
this point pairing of Schliffke and Ebersol, what's the total height? About 10 feet?
I think, no, it's definitely...
No, way more than that.
It's well over 12 feet. Quick shot off the stick of Schliffke, and it's going into the netting off the glove of Tichelli.
We've mentioned in the past, Winthrop, how this Penfield Patriots team is one of the taller teams in Section 5, and Ebersol and Schliffke both play a big part in that.
And when I talked to Nathan Miller before the game, we talked about Ebersol, and he mentioned, watching him grow. And a quick pass out in front, however, blocked by Tichelli. But seeing Ebersol grow as a 6'2" 8th grader to now a 6'6" senior, I mean, 6'2" as an 8th grader. I mean, I'm not even going to reach 6'2" in my lifetime, but my goodness.
I never got close to it, and I will never.
Oh, here we go, shorthanded the other way. It's Newcomb in with a backhander, save made by Lee. As Ebersol turned that one over, you don't see that often, and Newcomb with another quick shot off the stick of Burek as a defenseman in deep. See, he looks like he's in some pain. He has to hustle back. Here's Jack Schliffke. Good play, however, on the back check by Nicely. Burek takes it away. He'll flip this one out. Doesn't get out of the zone, however. Ebersol on the far side. His shot gets blocked in front. Ebersol still with it. Krug challenging him for the puck. As a bit of a different approach to it. A quick shot on net, save made by Tichelli. It looks like, oh, my mistake. Anyway, 2 seconds left on the power play for Penfield with 4:06 remaining in this first period. And we're going to take another break. This is your Ralph Honda High School Hockey Game of the Week on My 18 Sports and our Rock Sports Network. Welcome back to Ralph Honda High School Hockey Game of the Week, only on My 18 Sports and our Rock Sports Network. The power play is up. Nothing doing for Penfield on that power play, and a quick shot from the point goes wide, coming off of the stick of Flaherty. Score still 1-0 in favor of the visiting Fairport Red Raiders. A power play goal by Nick Krug is a difference maker as of right now, as we have just under 4 minutes left in this first period. The pass out in front gets swept away by the defense of the Red Raiders. Now on the far side goes to Sobko. Penfield hard on the forecheck right now. As two players collide in the skates, Sobko is the puck. Kept in the point, that wrist shot goes wide off the stick of Nicosia. And now it's Travis Nicely with the puck. His lead pass just out of the reach of Mueller. However, Nicely gets it back with a quick wrist shot. I believe that surprised Lee, and he will hold the puck. 3:13 remaining in this first period. A good shot by Travis Nicely.
Yeah, weak play there by Mike Nicosia, and a nice job by Nicely to no pun intended there, to pounce on that loose puck and get a shot. He almost froze the goaltender, Brennan Lee, but props to Lee for being able to knock it down.
Face off in the offensive zone for the Red Raiders. Won by Caleb Kaiser. That puck goes behind the net. Here's Ebersol. Don't be surprised if you see Ebersol out there for half the game.
He broke his stick after taking that hit from Nate Shield. Ebersol did.
Now we'll see how Red Raiders, if they can take advantage of that. And however, the puck comes out of the zone, so Ebersol's gonna have time to get to the bench. We'll make a quick line change. Now it's Bradley. His pass goes up in the neutral zone. Patriots keep it in. On the far side, it's Mattson. Takes a tumble. Burek will chip backhand this one up. Still inside the Fairport zone. Here's Burek. Will drop pass for Krug. He'll bank this one. It does not come out of the zone. Burek takes it away. Loses a puck for the time being. Taken back by Shield. And now Jack Schliffke in on the forecheck. However, good job on the pickpocket by Matt Krug. Looks like Reese Burek is a little gassed out there, kind of just standing around. A quick shot coming off the stick of Schliffke, and Tichelli will hold. 2:04 remaining in the first period.
Nice play by Schliffke coming off the boards. You could see him turn tight and using his reach to his advantage to give himself more space. Got a pretty good shot away, but Carter Tichelli has done his job. He's been more busy in the latter part of this first period, but he's handled everything thus far.
That puck comes right to Newcomb. His bank pass gets blocked by Nicosia. Another quick shot from the point, and Tichelli will hold.
Rochester sports fans, please check out rocksportsreport.com, our exciting new website where you can get your daily dose of news, views, and information on local, regional, and national sports. Read about the Bills, Sabres, Amerks, and Nighthawks, Golden Eagle, RIT, MMA, and racing news as well. That's rocksportsreport.com. Be sure to subscribe today. The best part is it's free.
That puck goes all the way down to Brennan Lee. He will hold with 1:44 remaining in the first. And I do suggest that rocksportsreport.com, as Matt and I had the privilege of covering the World Juniors for the past couple weeks. And
That's right.
Do have a couple stories up there about our experience and a couple game recaps as well.
As well as the most recent Matt Winthrop column of the entire experience. I must say, I don't like giving Matt Winthrop too much credit, but he did a pretty good job on it, so check it out.
Thank you, buddy. I appreciate it.
No problem, big guy.
This is Flaherty in from his point position to Schlifke down low. His pass in front gets blocked. Red Raven will bank this one off the boards. Now it's Newcomb with it. His cross-ice pass out of the reach of Nicely. He takes a tumble. Still tries to play the puck on his knees. Now it's taken back by Ebersol. Seems like he's been out there for pretty much the entire first period. Here's Ebersol behind the net. Loses the puck for the time being. He gets it back. Tries a wraparound attempt. Gets blocked. Now Newcomb. Just barely flips this one out of the zone, so the Patriots have to check up on the delayed offside.
Sorry, Winthrop. Newcomb had the right idea as Tyler Nicey was breaking, almost had a breakaway, but Newcomb wasn't able to elevate the puck or get it far enough to lead him on the run.
Ebersol gloves this one down over on the far side. Now it's Bradley. Winds it up, and the stick save sent into behind the net by Tichelli. And that one comes right out in front. Tichelli will hold with 35 seconds left remaining. In the first period, still 1-0 Fairport. Faceoff will stay inside the Fairport zone. Looks like a line change made for Penfield. Lead in on the faceoff against Justin Ball. Not sure who won that one. I wouldn't be surprised if Ball just slapped that one out of the zone. He's been pretty good on the faceoff dot tonight.
I think they'll give it to Penfield, though. They come up with possession of it.
That puck sent behind the net. Now Leet tried to pass that one on the front. Gets blocked by Tichelli. Now on the far side, it's Travis Nicely. Will backhand this one, cannot get it out. Bradley keeps it in. Now a race to the puck. Big hit by Justin Ball. Takes his man down. However, he will get a penalty for doing so. It'll be a holding as a senior Justin Ball will take a seat with 6.2 remaining in the first period. So a late power play for the Patriots. We'll see what they can do with 6.2 seconds left. If not, they will have 1:24 of power play time carrying over into the second period.
Definitely still time to get at least a shot if they can get a clean face-off win. But it starts with that.
Yep, and they got it's Connor Stewie taking the draw against Newcomb. Trying to maybe set up Ebersol at the point. And they do so. Ebersol, his shot gets blocked. Good job by Newcomb to get in the shot blocking lane. And he'll kill it the rest of the time off. As a good face-off win, but nonetheless, good job by Newcomb to get himself into position to make that shot block. So at the end of one, we have a 1-0 Fairport Red Raiders lead over the Penfield Patriots. A power play goal off the stick of sophomore Nick Krug is the difference maker. 1:24 worth of power play time carrying over in the next period for Penfield. And we'll be back with more after this. This is your Ralph Honda High School Hockey Game of the Week, only on My 18 Sports and on Rock Sports Network.
High school hockey on My 18 is brought to you in part by Locker Room Sports and Zweigels.
Second period action is just about to start from Webster Ice Arena with the Penfield Patriots and Fairport Red Raiders in action right now, with Fairport up 1-0 on a power play goal in the first, coming off the stick of sophomore defenseman Nick Krug. 1:24 left in the power play for the Patriots. As in the box is Travis Nicely. Oh, that one came.
Sorry for my reaction there, Winthrop, but it was Reese Buret. Kyle Moosehaven who shot that puck into the Penfield bench and nearly hit one of the coaches.
They're laughing about it. That's good. Actually, it's Justin Ball in the box instead of
right.
Nicely.
Took that just at the end of the first period there.
Right. I saw the two, and I'm like, okay, but couldn't read it too well. Anyway, that puck goes all the way down into the Penfield zone where it's Ebersol with it again. If they took, I'm guessing if they took, if they took the stats of ice time, I'm guessing Ebersol probably played more than half the first period. A quick redirect in front goes into the near corner. Now it's Schlifke with it.
As he usually does, Winthrop. He's for the last couple of years now.
Oh, absolutely. That puck comes over and that pass in front. Oh, good glove save by Ticelli as that was Bradley stepping down from his defensive position. Try to pass that one in front. 42 left on the power play for the Patriots.
Carter Ticelli looks very composed and steady in net so far for the Red Raiders. He's not overly aggressive with his positioning. He's been in the right spot. Obviously, he hasn't allowed a goal or anything, but what I'm saying is there haven't been any close calls either. There's a specific reason why he hasn't allowed one up yet.
Stewie behind the net. That's Connor Stewie with it. And that puck nearly comes out in front, and it's slapped all the way down the ice by Burek. And the Red Raiders are going to get a change. And at least Burek will go off. Now back comes Schlifke. Loses control, but he does get it back with speed into the Fairport zone. He goes wide. A pass out in front. Missed one man. Shot in front. And taken down in front is Connor Stewie. We have a penalty coming up. It's a cross check. I believe this is going to be Kyle Moosehaven going to the box. So over 7 seconds, it'll be a 5-on-3 power play for the Patriots until Justin Ball comes back on the ice.
Not the way to start the middle frame if you're the Red Raiders. Spending the first 4 minutes or so of it shorthanded, you're asking for dangerous situations and to allow Penfield to get themselves back into it. And if you're the Patriots, you got to take advantage.
Good face-off win for by Newcomb, but nobody home to get the puck. Ebersol at the point. Here's Schlifke. Wrist shot, he scores! Jack Schlifke, and that's double digits for him this year. His 10th ties the game at 1 on a power play goal.
Well, that didn't take long at all. A clean face-off win for the Patriots. Andrew Ebersol controlling the puck, was contemplating what to do. Eventually saw the space that Jack Schlifke had, and Schlifke picked his spot high blocker on goaltender Carter Ticelli, and the Patriots have even the score at 1.
And Justin Ball just got out of the box. So it was a 5-on-4 power play goal, so they should be taking that off the scoreboard. And I was going to say, where is the other Fairport player? But Nick Krug was down by the net. We have to wait for Mike Nicosia to come on the ice. So just about a minute 27 into the first, a power play goal for Penfield will tie the game. Nicosia loses the handle on this one. Newcomb just takes it away, and he'll keep this one onside. And good pinch from the D point by Krug. Nicely tried to thread the needle to Krug. Back to the point. DM fans on his shot. He'll keep it in, however. Tyler Nicey will get there first. Newcomb will send this back to the point. Krug has a lot of time and space. Wrist shot from the point. Glove down by Lee. As I believe that one was going wide anyways, but he will nonetheless hold the puck. Faceoff stays inside the Penfield zone, I should say. Both teams making a change. So 2 power play goals this game. Special teams definitely a factor so far.
There have been, both teams have taken their fair share of penalties as well. Or I should say both have gotten their fair share of power plays. So I'm surprised the score isn't a little bit more than just 1-1 at this point.
I wouldn't be surprised if we do see it open up in the second period. Longer change. We'll see how that affects the team. Burek, good pinch from the point. Keeps the puck in. Now it's Ball. His backhander gets intercepted by Bradley. As that passes off a rock hill, the Red Raiders will send it back in deep. Now it's Ebersol. Has trouble with the puck behind the net, but does get the pass off. Ebersol with it again. As he dodges a hit, fanning on that shot attempt. The backhander, they score! As Justin Ball, right place, right time. As Jake Mueller fanned on his shot. And ball backhands that one home. Fairport regains its lead with 12:10 remaining in the second.
Well, Jake Mueller took a run at Andrew Ebersol when Ebersol was possessing the puck coming from behind, and it looked like, it didn't look like, he definitely did get the worst of that hit, but he made the play, because despite him going down, Ebersol still coughed up the puck, and it somehow ended up on Ball's stick, and he was able to bury it. A weak backhand, but either way, the Fairport Red Raiders have their lead back.
As our 2 quick goals in this period. And we have, again, a lead for Fairport, 2-1. Puck is in the Fairport zone. And they'll get it out. Now it's Kaiser. Kaiser sent to the boards by Flaherty. And a big hit as Schlifke gets hit by Shield. That's 2 big guys going at it. They try and backhand that one in the front. That one just gets sent wide off the stick of Lipari. Swept aside by Flaherty. Schlifke battles for the puck. Good job on the back check by Krug. That's Matt Krug. Or excuse me, that's Lipari. Wrist shot gets sent wide. A rebound. Oh, just goes over the net off the stick of Schlifke as Ticelli was not in position there. And Schlifke fanned on that one. As that does not happen often. Now here's Connor Diem. He'll wrist this one back in. As 2 Patriots attempt to hit him. And he's going to make a quick change.
That was going into the gauntlet there for Diem, but I think he did do a good job absorbing it, so it wasn't as bad as it may have seemed.
Nicely. Burek at the point. Wrist shot save made by Lee right in the breadbasket with 10:49 remaining in the second.
We'd like to thank our second period sponsor. That's going to be Rick's Prime Rib House. Thanks to Phil and the gang at Rick's Prime Rib House for their ongoing support of Section 5 hockey and youth sports in Rochester. For the biggest mouth-watering prime rib in Rochester, visit Rick's Prime Rib House, Buffalo Road in Gates for your next family gathering.
Face-off won by the Red Raiders. It's sent wide from the point by Krug. Now Newcomb. Tried to stuff that one home, goes through the crease. Nick Krug with a quick shot from the far side, saved by Lee. Faceoff will stay inside the Penfield zone.
To mention, after the go-ahead goal for Fairport, Ebersol came back to his bench, and as the captain, it seemed like he kind of like blew up a little bit. He yelled something. We don't know what he said. I don't know if he was upset with himself or upset with his team, but I mean, in the end, it was him who, as the one who gave up the puck. So you wonder if maybe there's frustration blooming on Penfield's bench, and you hope for their sake that it doesn't affect them.
Lead in on the forecheck. Gets sent into the boards by Jambron. Now Nicely turns this one over to Bradley. He'll chip it right back in, and Nicely will glove it down. Here's Tyler Nicely up to Newcomb. Turns this one over, and Sobko dodges a hit as Jambron was trying to send him into next week. Now it's Newcomb. He'll bank this off the boards, and it goes in deep, and the Red Raiders will get a change in. Nicely with a hit on Ebersol, and a big hit as coming off the bench was Ball. And he sent Sobko hard to the ice, and that one, gets flipped way out of play. 9:40 remaining in the second period. 2-1 to score in favor of Fairport. This is your Ralph Honda High School Hockey Game of the Week on My 18 Sports on Rock Sports Network. .940 remaining in the second period. It's a 2-1 lead for the Fairport Red Raiders over the Penfield Patriots. In your Ralph Honda High School Hockey Game of the Week on My 18 Sports.
Right before we went to break, Andrew Ebersol and Reese Burek were exchanging some words as they made their way to their respective benches, and now the officials are talking to the Fairport coaching staff. I'm not sure if it had anything to do with that, but
it's been a physical play, and it's been rather chippy.
Picked up, yeah.
It's definitely been rather chippy as of late. So that's what happens. You get 2 rivals, and I think obviously emotions are going to run high. It's an important,
and given their position in the standings,
right,
will certainly contribute to that as well.
It's an important 2 points for both these respective clubs, as obviously Penfield wants to keep its lead in Division 1, and Fairport wants to get that top spot. As that puck stays inside, as it's slapped back in by Jake Fox. Now behind the net, it's Ball. That one comes out of the zone. A race to the puck. Flaherty will get there first for the Patriots. Has a little trouble with it. Again, 2 Red Raiders in the forecheck. A quick pass in front. Oh, and it's blocked off the stick of Ball. As that forecheck has been working well for the Red Raiders tonight.
It sure has. It led to their go-ahead goal, and it led to a great opportunity right there. So more of that if you're the Fairport Red Raiders. These Penfield defensemen are feeling the pressure, and they're coughing up the puck at that.
However, they will draw a penalty right now as Nikoja draws a hook. As that'll be Travis Nicely going to the box. Is a little too aggressive on that forecheck. So it'll be another power play attempt for the Patriots coming up already with 1 goal off the stick of Jack Schlifke.
I think the Red Raiders got to be careful here. In addition to the penalties that they're taking, they've pretty much argued every single one. And I mean, it might get to a point where the referees might say we've had enough, and they'll give them another bench minor. If they whistle you got to just accept it and move on. I mean, I kid you not, I can at least recall them arguing with the official after almost every single penalty call that they've had so far.
I mean, we did see what happens when a player loses his cool, as earlier Flaherty was sent to the box for unsportsmanlike for nearly hitting the ref with a puck. So
that's right.
You do have to keep your composure. Schlifke's shot gets blocked in front. And this one does not come out of the zone as Schlifke keeps it in, and that's an interference call coming up, as going to the box will be Bobby Bradley.
Yep.
As he definitely did set a pick there.
He did, yeah, and he doesn't like it, but
they're not saying interference, so I believe maybe they're saying contact to the head.
Or roughing. It could have been
the referee touched the back of his head. So.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I would have called it interference.
I would think so. He definitely did set a moving pick, and it's not basketball, so you can't do that.
Yeah. If a player, Hockey 101, a player who doesn't have the puck, you can't take him out. So.
Right. So 4-on-4 for 1:05, and then Fairport will have 25 seconds of power play time. 8:14 remaining in the second period. Still 2-1 in favor of the visiting Red Raiders. They're saying contact to the head. Now it's Newcomb with it. Tries to get around a couple Patriots, and he does. He still maintains the puck. Now it's Nicely. Back to the point. Here's Krug. Gives it back to Nicely. They'll try to thread the needle. Good block by Ebersol as Burek stepped up for the point position. So we're trying to get a backdoor feed. Schlifke tried to get that one to Ebersol. Couldn't get it with his long reach. Kept into the point by the Patriots. Ebersol, good job by Burek to knock the puck off of his stick. He's had a very strong game so far.
And
good
nice pass here.
Nicely. Oh, good play, however, by Nikoja to take the body, as Nicely could not get the puck back. Kept into the point by Krug. Nicely down low behind the net. Pass comes out in front. Krug to Newcomb. Tried to stuff that one short side. Saved by Lee. Excuse me, as puck will go all the way down. Penalty is up, so it's a quick power play for the Red Raiders. About 15 seconds left on said power play. Jambron will come back with speed. He'll enter the Penfield zone. He goes wide. Behind the net, it's Nick Jambron. Back to the point, it's Moosehafen. A one-timer off the stick of DM and sticked aside by Lee. Bradley is now out of the box. And he'll go off for a change. Now it's Ball behind the net. Has that one to Kaiser. Ball gets it back. Makes a nice move. Kaiser gets the puck. And Red Raiders will start the cycle. It's Ball. A feed across into the pads of Lee. And we're gonna have another penalty coming up.
I don't like this call here. Nate Shields gonna get it. I think he did get the puck though when and that the Penfield player had fallen on his own, but nonetheless the official disagrees, and that's all that matters. And you can see Shield pleading his case for that. And
you can see Chris Moretter, head coach at Fairport, as soon as he saw that call, he got off the bench and went right down to the.
He's down at the corner, but the officials are not going to come over and give him an explanation. But he is talking with Nate Shield about it, maybe saying.
I think he's trying.
Who knows? Maybe he thought it should be called, and he's given Shields some pointers on how to avoid it.
Based on his reaction, I didn't think. My guess is he didn't like the call, and I think he's trying to explain to Shield maybe what the referees saw. But nonetheless, Penfield has another power play. As that puck, good keeping by Ebersol. And now it's Bradley. Puck comes back, quick shot off the stick of Connor Stewie. And Tichelli will hold.
Once again, thank you to Rick's Prime Rib House, our second period sponsor here on the Ralph Honda High School Hockey Game of the Week. If you're looking for the biggest, juiciest prime rib in Rochester, give Rick's Prime Rib House a try. A great family atmosphere and great service adds to your dining experience. Rick's Prime Rib House, Buffalo Road in Gates.
Face-off win for the Red Raiders. Quick wrister coming off the stick of Schlifke, and Pichelli will hold. 5:55 remaining in the second, and a minute 4 left on a power play for the Patriots, as they have the two big dogs in Schlifke and Ebersol kind of hovering around the point at times. Stolen back by Justin Ball, and he's harassed by Connor Stewie, but Ball will send it deep. Now it's Schlifke. Turns this puck over. Ball takes it back, avoids one hit. Bradley takes it away for the Patriots, but it's taken right back by Zambrone.
There's that Fairport forechecking again.
And now back come the Red Raiders. And again, the ball has been very strong today. And a good play as he will take the puck away from Ebersol and send it deep.
He sure has, Winthrop. He has the go-ahead goal for Fairport. Oh, look out.
A turnover and a quick shot. Oh, that one goes high as Kaiser. Oh my goodness, I'm not sure he knew what to do with it. He got a gift wrapped right there.
Wow, horrendous giveaway by Penfield. It was either Bradley or Ebersol. I think it was Bradley. I'm not sure what he was doing, but with the man advantage, you can't do that. You've got to take advantage of the extra space, and you can't just be coughing the puck up to open areas, because he almost had his team down by 2 goals. That would have no doubt been his fault and not been on the goaltenders had that puck went in.
As that pass goes all the way down, and Tichelli will hold. 10 seconds left on the power play, 5:01 remaining in the second period. And we're going to take another break. This is your Ralph Honda High School Hockey Game of the Week, only on My 18 Sports and on Rock Sports Network. Webster Ice Arena is the scene tonight. 5:01 remaining in the second period with 10 seconds left on the power play in the Ralph Honda High School Hockey Game of the Week on My 18 Sports and Rock Sports Network, with Fairport leading this one over the Penfield Patriots 2-1. Power play is up for the Patriots, and the puck still remains in the Fairport zone. Down low it's Sobko. His pass gets blocked, and now kept in by Rockhill. Sobko in deep, and now this one's sent out of the zone by the Red Raiders. Race to the puck. Here's Flaherty. Red Raiders getting a change in. Newcomb on the ice, and he'll get the puck over to Nicely. Newcomb gets it back. What a shot! They score! A give and go between Nicely and Newcomb, and it's 3-1 to Fairport with 4:21 left in the second.
What a play by the Red Raiders. And Winthrop, you got to throw Jake Mueller into that play as well, because once again it was his forechecking that got possession for Fairport, and then Newcomb with the give and go there to finish it off and go 5-hole on goaltender Brennan Lee. It's just hard work overall, and some finesse as well by the Fairport Red Raiders, and they're on top 3-1.
Matt, the forecheck has been the talk of the game so far tonight, with Fairport just coming in waves and harassing those talented Patriot defensemen.
Yep, that's right.
So just about 4 minutes remaining in the second, a 2-goal lead for the Red Raiders. We'll see how Penfield responds. Bradley at the point. His pass across gets blocked, and then eventually that comes one back to the point. Ebersol's shot gets blocked and sent in the far corner. Ebersol, good job keeping this one in. Here's Stewie, a pass across. Good job as blocking that one, I believe, was Zambrone. Schlifke at the point. His shot gets blocked again. Now Bradley. Another shot, that one goes wide. Patriots having a lot of zone time right now, and Fairport has been doing a good job of blocking shots. As Burek with a hard hit on his man, and they're eventually able to get the puck out of the zone. Zambrone's pass out of the reach of Newcomb, and this will go all the way down for an icing call with 3:21 remaining in the second. We're starting to see some more opportunities.
Be sure to check out The Rock. That's rocksportsnetwork.com, where you'll be able to watch tonight's game and all of our games this season on demand 24/7 on your smart TV, desktop, or mobile device. rocksportsnetwork.com, Rochester's only digital sports channel.
Face off inside the Fairport zone. And now it's Krug with it. Banked off the boards. Not enough muscle on that one, but it does eventually come out of the zone. That pass over the far side, it's Ball. He'll get there first and chip it in deep. Race to the puck. And a big hit by Nicely, and a quick wrist shot. Save made. His physicality definitely been picking up in the second period. And another big hit as Nicely's been throwing his body around. That's Travis Nicely, I should say, the younger brother of Tyler Nicely. And now back comes Leet. Leet with a wrist shot, gets blocked right in front of him by Moosehaven. Kept in at the point by Sam Schlifke. And he could not keep this one in, so it's an offside call with 2:31 remaining in the second.
The Red Raiders have done their fair share of blocking shots this second period as well. I've noticed that they've been really in front of the lanes and not allowing the puck to get through. We'd also like to say thank you to John and the staff here at Webster Ice Arena for their help in making this broadcast possible. Certainly one of our favorite broadcast locations in Section 5, and the gang here are always very helpful and accommodating.
That puck is kept in the point. Bradley's shot gets deflected way up into the netting on the far side. And faceoff will stay inside the Fairport zone. These two teams will not meet again until February 10th. It's a Saturday. That's the last game of the season for both of the teams.
And I'm sure it'll be just as high-paced and intense, probably more than this one here tonight with it being that last game of the season.
I wouldn't be surprised if the standings in Division I come right down to the last game of the year, as another save by Brennan Lee. This one goes all the way down, an icing call on at Penfield with 1:53 remaining in the second period. Score still 3-1 Fairport.
The Red Raiders have been a fun team to watch tonight. Overall, the way they're pressuring Penfield's defense, we've mentioned that a couple times, but the way they're throwing the puck around as well. Two of their goals, I'd say, were off of some great passing plays, and it's been the kind of team effort that any coaching staff would love to see, and I'm sure Chris Moretter is more than pleased.
Point shot coming off the stick of Moosehaven, gets sent up in the netting off Lee's stick. And yet, when I talked to Chris Moretter prior to the game, he mentioned that he does have a bit of a younger team this year, but he's been noticing how the seniors and the upperclassmen have really been kind of leading the way, and the younger players are in turn buying into the system. And you can definitely see it because it has been a complete team effort so far tonight for the Red Raiders. However, still just a little over a period left, so we'll see how it all pans out. That puck is behind the Fairport net. Moosehaven comes away with it. He'll flip this one out. This one's going to go down the ice nicely. However, it's going to get there first, and they call it icing. I don't like that call, Matt. That's just me. I understand, safety in high school hockey, so there's no touch icing, but I think Nicely he was definitely the first one to the puck, and I think
I don't see the problem with bringing in hybrid icing.
I agree.
Hybrid icing really is a fantastic in-between of touch icing, which doesn't exist anymore anywhere, and the no-touch icing. So hybrid solves your problems, if you ask me. I don't know why so many leagues are reluctant to include it.
I don't know, but anyway, that's the way it is. So Fairport takes the puck back and now might have a 2-on-1 if they use their speed.
Great breakout right there.
Good back check, however, Nicely with a pass across. What a save by Lee, is a good feed from Newcomb. Passed it just at the right time. Is that pass intercepted by Sobko, and a couple players collide. Nicely gets the puck back. Back to the point, a quick wrister. They score! It's Reese Burek, and it's 4-1 Fairport with 46.7 seconds left in the second.
Well, we've talked about Reese Burek and his defensive play in tonight's game. How about chipping in a goal? And once again, it's that puck movement, that tenacity, and that willingness to play the body by the Fairport Red Raiders that leads to another goal. And right now, Penfield is just in shambles. They don't have an answer for that puck movement and for the physical play of the Red Raiders.
It was only a matter of time, as Burek has been very active from his defensive position tonight. Is very comfortable pinching in from the point, and He got that one past Brennan Lee, and we have a 3-goal lead for the Red Raiders. Chip back down the ice. Bradley over to Sam Schlifke. As this one kept in by the Red Raiders, eventually stolen back by Kyle Leet. Leet gets the stick slapped out of his hands, so we're gonna have a slashing call. As a couple players come together. As ball will be going to the box. It's gonna be a minute and a half for a slash with 24.9 seconds remaining in this second period, and I believe Kyle Lee's going to the box too.
That's
for
right.
a rough. So undisciplined by Kyle Lee, as your team was going to have a power play.
Justin Ball just punched the boards here inside the penalty box. His teammates were patting him on the back, saying it's all right.
I mean,
but
he did take a,
he's upset.
He did take a bad slash, but he did draw another power play as Lee, again, with a bit of an undisciplined play.
No, he didn't draw a power play. It's still 5-on-5.
Oh, well,
yeah.
I mean, drew a penalty, I should have said, I believe.
Right.
I misspoke. You know what I meant, though.
I was just clarifying.
I know, I appreciate it. Icing on Fairport with 15.8 remaining in the second, so we do have 5-on-5 as both players in the box for a minute and a half. But nonetheless, Matt, again, if you're Kyle Lee, your team needs probably as many power plays as it can get. Already converting on one so far tonight.
That's right.
You want to get your team back in the game, and it's probably not the best time to take a penalty like that. A puck in behind the Fairport net. A couple players battle for the puck as Kaiser nearly comes away with it. Or it's taken back by LaJoy, but that'll do it. At the end of 2, it's a 4-1 lead in favor of the Red Raiders of Fairport. A lot of goals in that second period. We'll see how it all plays out in the third. As this is your Ralph Honda High School Hockey Game of the Week, only on My 18 Sports and Rock Sports Network.
High School Hockey on My 18 is brought to you in part by Bill Grays and D-Train Media.
Third period action underway from Webster Ice Arena in your Ralph Honda High School Hockey Game of the Week on My 18 Sports and our Rock Sports Network. Matt Winthrop and Matt Stathopoulos bringing you tonight's action between Penfield, the home team, and the visiting Fairport Red Raiders, with Fairport up 4-1 through 2 periods.
Our off-camera predictions are not looking pretty good right now, Winthrop. We both favored Penfield, and I heavily favored Penfield, but the Fairport Red Raiders are telling me to get lost right now.
I guess so, but we both knew, and I think a lot of people did, that, I mean, obviously there's still 1 period left to play, but it's been a very good game so far. As Penfield certainly has the ability to come back in this game, but Fairport has been playing very strong. Tyler Nicely on the far boards. Will send it to the point, and Nick Krug will send it back in. He's going to come off for a change. That point shot off the stick of Moosehaven gets deflected wide by Tyler Nicely. And that pass comes out in front, and it's still there in the crease. A scramble in front. The backhand on net by Nicely gets blocked. And DM could not keep it in at the point. Ooh, there's a nice little move there. A couple of good moves by Connor DM as the puck gets sent back in deep by the Patriots. On the far side, Penfield keeps it in for the time being, and Kaiser comes back to help on his defenseman DM. Now here's Moosehaven, banked off the boards. Patriots turnover. Moosehaven with a big hit on Rockhill. And oh, that's a big hit. And they're looking for a call. No call's gonna be made, but down on the ice, hurt is I believe that's Rockhill. Excuse me, that's Cody Stewie.
Cody
it's a 17.
Stewie, yeah.
As it's Stewie.
And I think it was Travis Nicely who
And I think it was
hit
Kaiser.
him. Or it was Kaiser.
It was one of the two, but nonetheless.
No, it's Nicely.
It
Yeah,
was,
it's Travis Nicely.
I think what happened was Stewie was spitting up some blood, looks like, but they turned. I think what happened was Stewie kind of turned into the hit, and that's why the referees did make a call.
Yeah, and that's why Travis Nicely didn't. He attended to him to
he
Stewie.
definitely
He said, "Hey man, I didn't mean for that." And
no, you don't want to see that. And I think, like you said, Nicely everybody knew it was an accident because he had him lined up in the shoulder, but then the last minute, Cody Stewie turned his back into that hit.
Yeah, a good show of sportsmanship there, though, by Nicely for sure.
You really like to see that. It looks like Stewie is okay. He's being attended to on the bench, and we certainly hope to see the young man back on the ice soon. Race to the puck, it's Matson. Good back check by Eddie Cardona. And that puck comes on in front, and it's swept aside by Tichelli. Now it's Kaiser. Over on the other side is Justin Ball. Banked off the boards, and it goes out of the zone. And now it's Mueller. Good poke check by Nikoja to knock it off of Mueller's stick. However, Mueller, great on the forecheck tonight. Nearly stole the puck back. Here's Bobby Flaherty, the senior alternate captain for the Patriots. Backhanded up to Matson. Matson, a little one too many moves, turns this puck over. And he'll get it back. Matson turns the puck over again, and that's Kaiser. If he turned around, the puck was right in his skates. There's Schlifke, he'll go wide, behind the net. Two Red Raiders converge on the Schlifke. He'll get the puck back, trying to feed Ebersol, his pass got blocked. And now it's Connor Stewie. Back to the point, Ebersol, one move on the far side. Bradley with a point shot. Save made by Tichelli with 11:42 left in the third.
Tonight's third period is brought to you by Locker Room Sports, outfitting beginners to pros playing hockey, soccer, and lacrosse since 1977, including Ryan Callahan of the Tampa Bay Lightning and Brian Giunta of Team USA, the captain of Team USA at the upcoming 2018 Winter Olympics, with 2 locations to serve your equipment needs: Ridge Road West in Greece and at the Bill Graves Regional Iceplex. Stop in to see Graham and the gang for the special attention you deserve, because they know the game and they know the fit.
Oh, good attempt by Tyler Nicely. He tried to bank that one in off a defenseman, and he does so, and he scores! As he didn't get it the first time, but this time Tyler Nicely banks it in off Bobby Bradley. A fortunate bounce, Fairport, a 5-1 lead. 11:24 left in the third.
Salt into the wound for the Red Raiders, or I should say in the wounds of the Penfield Patriots, but a great play all around once again. And you really like to see this play of, just continuing by the Fairport Red Raiders. They're not giving in, and it is going to be Nicely with the goal.
As Tyler Nicely, already with a couple of assists tonight, will pick up another goal. And a penalty coming up. Fairport fans who are here are giving it to the Penfield Patriots. This is Nick Jambrone going to the box. So with 11:13 remaining in this third period of a crucial power play for the Patriots.
Yeah, if they want any kind of life back into this game, this is a must score right here. And Chris Moretter, the head coach of Fairport, getting an explanation from the official on the Jambrone penalty.
I think the official's just kind of saying, I had to do it, but I don't know.
And that's what Moretter was relaying to Jambrone.
Yeah, Coach Moretter's he's definitely one of the better coaches in the league, I think, and he's very good with his players. Same with Nathan Miller, too. That puck wristed down, almost all the way down by DM. Now it's Flaherty on the far side. His shot gets blocked. It's behind the Fairport net. DM battles for the puck with Flaherty. Now coming away with it's Rockhill. It's the second unit starting it off on the ice for Penfield. DM will risk this one down the ice. He'll kill some time off.
I think Connor Diem has quietly had himself a good game for the Fairport Red Raiders. He's not on the score sheet, but he has controlled the puck very well, made great plays in his own end, and hasn't turned it over at all. So that's the kind of effort you need from those guys who are behind the play and not the ones scoring goals and whatnot.
There's on this power play, a bit of confusion with the Patriots as far as a line change. At one point, they only had 3 players on the ice. Ebersol in from his defensive position.
Not the kind of communication you want to see from your team, especially when you're on the power play.
Right. Red Raiders turn this one over. Schlifke with a couple moves. His pass out of front gets blocked. And the Red Raiders attempt to get this one out. They can't do so. Eventually it goes back to Nick Krug. He already has 1 goal tonight. He opened the scoring for Fairport. The Red Raiders fan on the clearing attempt. Schlifke gets the puck back. A backhander mask save by Ticelli. And he will hold with 9:33 remaining in the third period. Power play is up. And we're going to take a break. This is your Ralph Honda High School Hockey Game of the Week on My 18 Sports and on Rock Sports Network. 5-1 in this is the score in favor of the visiting Fairport Red Raiders over the Penfield Patriots, a home team. And your Ralph Honda High School Hockey Game of the Week only on My 18 Sports. Now a goaltender change for Penfield as Nick Andrade is going to come into the game. As the junior comes in for senior Brennan Lee, as at times there's not been much that Lee can do about some of the chances Fairport is getting. It's just, you got to give credit again to this forecheck of the Red Raiders, but at times this defense has left them out to dry.
Exactly, yeah, and on some of the goals where they were talk about perfect shots for the Fairport Red Raiders, so I agree with you 100%, Winthrop. Not that it's a 5-1 score, but that's not because of your goaltender Brennan Lee. So I guess it's one of those situations where Nathan Miller makes the decision to give him a break. But there's also kinds of loopholes in high school hockey where they'll put the goaltender out there just to get like an extra timeout or something. So we'll see what it is. But while we have a second, we'd also like to remind you that you should follow Rock Sports Network on Twitter and Facebook, where you can find some great local and regional sports news and entertainment, including live streaming game broadcasts, the Matt on Ice hockey show, the Huddle Football Show, and much more. Make sure to like and follow at Rock Sports Net across all social media. And Matt Winthrop, we will have our Matt on Ice show on site here at Webster Ice Arena.
That's right.
After the game, the Huddle Football Show with Icy Vick and Ryan Lasel. Their last couple of episodes will be this weekend, next week. So be sure to make sure you follow those guys, especially if you're a fan of the Buffalo Bills.
That's right. They'll be anxious to talk about the playoff loss as that shot goes up. I thought that one went up in the netting, but they didn't call it. So fans cheer for Andrade making that save.
I don't think it was a mock cheer. It was his home fans.
I don't think so. I think they're happy. I think
they're happy he's in the game.
Yes. Yeah. Which it's good to see the fans do so. That puck comes back to Ebersol at center ice. Over on the far side, here's Bradley. He'll chip it in deep. Now Burek will play the puck. This one comes out of the zone. It's going to go all the way down the ice. A race to the puck, but nonetheless there'll be an icing call. 8:43 remaining in the third period. Offensive zone draw for the Patriots.
We've mentioned it before throughout the game, just an overall great team effort by the Fairport Red Raiders. We've talked about their forecheck. We've talked about their physical play. And when we say physical play, we don't mean they're out here trying to kill Penfield by any means. But what they are doing is they're finishing their checks and they're knocking our opposition off the puck and they're gaining that possession. And that's what you look for when you talk about physical play. It's not a competition on who can hurt their opponents the most, who can get the biggest hit. It's about gaining possession, and that's what they're doing. And now
that's a bad penalty by Connor Stewie as he boards Sam Hoyen.
Yeah, and
Hoyen's definitely not happy about that. He's a little banged up as that's just
Connor Stewie.
You don't like to see it. Hoyen didn't even have the puck.
No, and Stewie skated right to the box. He knew what he did, and
no, that's just. I try not to say too many negative things, but that's just a dumb penalty, and that's unfortunate because
for sure
somebody could get hurt doing that.
Late in the game here with 8:22 to go, you're down by 4. You're just making yourself look even worse if you take a penalty like that. So not a good play at all by Connor Stewie.
And Hoyen really hasn't seen much ice time tonight. It's unfortunate that the young man does get some ice time. He gets a little banged up, but he did skate off. He's getting attended to on the bench. And you can see Chris Moretter asking, what's the call? I think Moretter's.
I think he was
saying it should be a major. Yeah, I bet you he's thinking it.
Yeah, he's asking for it to be a major. He's confused why it's only the minute and a half minor.
A quick slap shot, they score. Reese Burek with a clapper from the point, a power play goal, 6-1 to Fairport. So there's some quick revenge on that penalty to Connor Stewie.
As they say, you get them where it hurts the most, on the scoreboard. And Reese Burek, another clean face-off win by the Red Raiders, and Burek had a ton of time at the point. He gathered himself, put the puck in position where he wanted it specifically, and just ripped that by Nick Andrade. And I know Nick Andrade has made a save already, but welcome to the game.
I know.
As he had to face that howitzer from Reese Burek. And again, a 2-goal game for a defenseman, and what a fantastic performance from Reese Burek himself. We've talked about Fairport's team game, but Reese Burek has been a big part to their success tonight.
I mean, I guess at this point we might have to say Burek might be the favorite for player of the game. Offsides on Fairport, 8:01 remaining in the third. And yet another power play goal for the Red Raiders, but I mean, if you're Coach Chris Moretter, you know, obviously you're hoping your player is okay, but you gotta love the response for your team to, like you said, it's salt in the wound on that one, Matt.
Yeah, and it looks like they're gonna take Hoyen off the bench. They might bring him back to the locker room for some additional attention, and that's never really a good sign. But the good thing is he's walking off on his own power, so that'll lead us to believe that he's just a little bit banged up for the time being, but should be fine later on.
I would certainly hope so.
I can't remember the last time I've seen a defenseman's hat trick in Section 5 hockey at a live game that I've been at. So I don't want to jinx Reese Burek,
I don't either.
He's getting close.
I don't know if I've ever seen one. Quick wrister coming off of a stick of Connor Fox goes wide.
Maybe David Ferentz had one a couple years ago, the 2015 season.
There's a lead pass to Nicely. Back to Newcomb. Oh, and he couldn't get a hold of that one. But the net comes off as Moorings with just about 7.5 remaining in the third.
Once again tonight, our third period sponsor is Locker Room Sports, outfitting beginners to pros playing hockey, soccer, and lacrosse since 1977. Some of those pros include Ryan Callahan of the Tampa Bay Lightning and Brian Giunta, the newly named captain of Team USA at the upcoming 2018 Winter Olympics. With 2 locations to serve your equipment needs, Ridge Road West in Greece and at the Bill Gray's Iceplex. Stop in to see Graham and the gang for the special attention you deserve, because they know the game and they know the fit.
Quick turnaround for Fairport after today's game, a Saturday meeting with Ithaca on the road. Ithaca usually is one of the better teams in all of New York State. Penfield's next game will be Tuesday at home back here against Rush Henrietta. So about 5 days off for the Red Raiders. Kept in at the point by Moosehafen. And avoiding a hit was Mueller. Red Raiders keep the puck in, swept aside by LaJoy. Well, the Patriots still kept in. Now it's Ball. He will switch spots with Mueller. Back to the point. Slap shot. I believe that got redirected high as came off Moosehaven's stick at the point. Kept in by Mueller. Now Ball with a wrister gets blocked in front. And this one comes out of the zone. So the Patriots are able to get a line change with just over 6 left in this final period. Now Schlifke with a nice move. Schlifke with a shot, save by Ticelli as he has stood tall this game.
He sure has, and if the score wasn't 5-1, or sorry, 6-1, if it was closer 2 or 3-1, then I would vote for Carter Ticelli to get our player of the game here tonight, just because this is probably the 3rd time I've mentioned his composure and standing tall and getting the job done in the end.
Erosol's shot goes wide. Kept in the point by Fletcher Heath. He gets dumped. Big hit as Nate Shield has been very physical this game. A pass across, what a save by Ticelli, robbing Schlifke. My goodness. Oh my goodness, that young man's had a great game. Ebersol walks the line at the point. He'll get it back. With a quick wrister, gets blocked right in front of him. And a quick wrister, that one goes wide off the stick of Kyle Leet. Patriots not going down quietly with just over 5 left in the third. Wow, what a sequence there. Carter Ticelli.
That save going post to post, almost looking like almost like a Mike Richter style save, the former New York Rangers goaltender from the late 90s, early 2000s.
There,
yeah.
Matt.
Mike Richter was a smaller goalie. He had to go post to post like that to make a lot of his saves, and that's exactly the first thing that came to mind when Tichelli went post to post.
I'm just surprised you of all people made a Rangers reference. There's Newcomb. Back to the point. Diem's wrister. I believe it hits a body and goes behind the net. Now it's Jambrone. Back to the point. Krug. Good one-touch pass to Diem with a wrist shot. Save made, and this one's swept out of the zone. They're saying deflected, so it's not even going to go down far enough for icing. 4:20 remaining in this final period. Here's Jambrone. He'll clear the blue line. 3 Patriots converge on Jambrone. He still comes away with a puck. Diem's point shot gets blocked. As without a stick, that's Connor Stewie. He'll go back and get it.
Interestingly enough, for how many times in the opening we mentioned that Penfield was in first in Division I and Fairport was right behind them in second. If you're a viewer of this game and whatnot, you would certainly think it'd be flipped.
6-1 is the score. We have 3:52 remaining in the third, and this is your Ralph Honda High School Hockey Game of the Week on My 18 Sports and on Rock Sports Network. Welcome back. It's your Ralph Honda High School Hockey Game of the Week on My 18 Sports and on Rock Sports Network. We have just under 4 minutes remaining in the third period. Fairport with a commanding 6-1 lead over the home team Penfield Patriots. As this game, for most of it, has been all Fairport. Complete team effort. Here's Flaherty with the puck for the Patriots. He'll risk this one in deep. Flaherty will actually get there first. The defenseman stepping in from the point. Battles for the puck in the near corner. That puck comes out of the zone. Race for the puck. Travis Nicely is going to get there first. Nicely, with a nice move. Turnaround shot. Gets blocked right in front of him by Sam Schlifke. Nicely with a nice move. Oh, can't make this stuff up.
You've said that probably 3 or 4 times here tonight. I know I'm not saying it's your fault, but it's...
You know what? It's a habit.
And I think Fairport is going to be shorthanded here. I believe it's going to be Jake Mueller going off. Slash on Jake Mueller, yeah.
2:52 remains in the third. I guess if you're Penfield right now, it's just try and finish the game strong. Maybe get some players some ice time who don't normally get it and just keep battling. Use this as a bit of a
wake-up call, I would say, because
a quick wrist shot. Good wrister by Tyler Bush right off the draw, and Tichelli will hold.
If you're Penfield, by the way the effort they've given today, you know, did they even ask themselves before the game started, are we really going to let the team who's behind us catch us here tonight? I would say they didn't, because you know, 6-1 is pretty significant, and the way everything else, the way Fairport has forechecked them, the way they've controlled the puck around them, have clearly been the better team, and the scoreboard isn't the only thing that indicates that.
I agree. And that puck gets flipped up into the netting. 2:25 remains in the third.
One final time, we'd like to say thanks to John and the staff here at Webster Ice Arena for their help in making this broadcast possible. It's always a pleasure to call games from this location. We're in a great spot here in the arena above the ice so we can see everything going on. And everybody, all the gang here is always very helpful and accommodating. So thank you once again to John and the staff here at Webster Ice Arena.
That's right. And thanks to our crew, D-Train and I, kind of singing a little Weezer right there. A quick wrister, Tichelli again with a save, coming off the stick of Leet. Irish Moosehaven. 45 seconds remain in the power play for the Patriots, I should say. Back down low. Here's Rockhill. And a quick shot coming off the stick of Sobko. Good feed between he and Rockhill, and Tichelli again makes the save. That puck comes out of the zone. There's Flaherty. Flaherty gets ridden into the boards, and it's cleared out again by the Red Raiders.
Nice hit there by Nick Jumbrone, and that's part of the physical play we talked about. Jumbrone didn't plaster him into the boards or anything, but he rid him into the boards and knocked him off the puck, and that's all you're looking for in terms of physical play if you're a coach.
And the good thing, Matt, for Fairport again is they're not really taking themselves out of position with these hits.
Right, that's right.
It's smart plays, you know, like you said, finishing a guy off on the boards, making sure you're taking the body instead of playing the puck. This is, you can tell it's a very well-coached team.
Yes. You'd be surprised at how many people don't forget that that's the whole point of physical play in this sport, and it's solely to give yourself help in knocking your opposition off the puck.
And there's Nicely walking in with a wrister, and he scores. It's 7-1 now as Tyler Nicely had a lot of time and space. He'll finish it. And again, Fairport is on the board. A 6-goal deficit now for Patriots with 54.8 remaining in the third. So a dominating victory we are seeing right here, Matt, for Fairport.
You said it, Winthrop. I've got not a whole lot to analyze on that play by Nicely. Just a great job by him picking up that loose puck and picking his spot in that bottom right corner of the net on Nick Andrade, and it's a 6-goal lead now for the red-hot Red Raiders.
I see what you did there. I see what you did there. Very impressive, Matty.
I wouldn't call it impressive, but straightforward.
Almost as good as me saying a nice shot by Nicely.
Yeah, there you go. I had to get my version of it in, too.
This puck comes back in the Fairport zone. It'll be played by Reese Burek, who has a couple goals tonight for the Red Raiders. And now it's Mueller chipping it back in. Puck comes back in the neutral zone. Burek will take it back into his own zone, and he will hold it. Quick pass up to Kaiser. Kaiser, ooh, a nice move. Fairport almost looking for more. As this puck gets flipped out of the zone into the neutral zone, and that'll do it. A big victory, a commanding victory for the Fairport Red Raiders, 7-1 over the Penfield Patriots, as Penfield again won both games between these two teams last year. But Fairport starts off the series between these two teams, a big victory, 7-1, and we'll be back after this with our player of the game. This year, Ralph Honda High School Hockey Game of the Week on My 18 Sports and on Rock Sports Network. Joining me now is our player of the game, Reese Burek from Fairport. Reese, big win for you guys tonight against a division opponent and a rival, 7-1 over Fairport. What were some big takeaways you had from your team tonight?
I mean, absolutely. We were really hard on the forecheck. We were shooting the puck. I mean, we were just moving all around. Everyone was moving. It was positive vibes on the bench. It was awesome all around.
Couple goals for you tonight, and it seems that you like to play an aggressive game from the back end. It seems like you're very comfortable stepping up from the point and going down low. How long have you had that confidence in your game and your ability to do that?
I mean, I don't know. Confidence is, I just kind of have it. I like to have the puck in my stick. I like to make plays. I like to shoot the puck. I like to be on the scoreboard. So it's a team effort, but I'm just trying to help the team win, and it was great to get the team win tonight.
Carter playing strong in net for you guys. What's it like to see him battle back there and make some of the big saves that he did?
It's absolutely fantastic. I mean, he's a freshman, so it's good to see him out there with great confidence, making great saves. It gives the team good confidence on the ice. So, I mean, it starts with him, truly.
Well, we'd like to award you with this plaque.
Thank you.
So congratulations on the player of the game, and best of luck for the rest of the season.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
My 18 would like to introduce today's Zweigels fan of the game, Ashton Charvella, a senior from Fairport. Ashton receives a Zweigels t-shirt and a $25 gift certificate from Locker Room Sports.
Well, that wraps up our coverage tonight from Webster Ice Arena with a big 7-1 victory for the Fairport Red Raiders on the road over the Penfield Patriots and our Ralph Honda High School Hockey Game of the Week on My 18 Sports and on Rock Sports Network.
Matt, we predicted this to be a physical and a close game in our open between these two division rivals, and Fairport had a dominant effort in tonight's win.
That's right, and ultimately, I had predicted a better showing from the Penfield Patriots, but clearly tonight it was all Fairport. They were playing the body, they were getting to those loose pucks, and they were scoring the majority of the goals, as clearly shown. But when we talked about the standings and how Penfield was just ahead of Fairport in Division I coming into the game here, it just goes to show that Fairport was clearly the team that was ready to go and was looking forward to this one more so, because I just didn't see it really at all tonight from Penfield, just because they just kept getting countered and answered by the relentless hustle of the Fairport Red Raiders.
These two teams will meet again the last game of the season, February 10th, and there could be a lot on the line come that game. For Matt Stathopoulos, I'm Matt Winthrop. Thank you for watching our Ralph Honda High School Hockey Game of the Week on My 18 Sports and on Rock Sports Network. We'll see you next time.